Oh, all right. So, what is this madness that I've woken up to? Housephone is LGBTQ now. Is that really what's going on here? Is that the 2023 storyline? All right. And for those of you guys who don't know what I'm talking about, I wake up this morning. I get the little crusties out of my eye, do my little thing, and come out to my living room, and I start to look at some news and see what's going on my Twitter feed, and then usually on YouTube. And I happen across none other than King Akademiks' channel talking to Lil Housephone about some interview with Adam22 and a member of the LGBTQ plus community. And apparently they've had some type of adult interaction before, if you can imagine what I'm talking about. Good heavens. What is this? Okay, 2023. I see what you got going on here. So anyways, of course, I have to click on this and watch this video just to find out what's going on. And this man is actually really spilling the beans to Akademiks. Somebody who, if you can't tell by now, if you can't tell what's going on right now, I like the way that Akademiks plays it now that I've watched him over the years, because instead of being one of these like industry type of guys where they're like, hey, we're all friends, we're all brothers, hey, brother, what up, brother, hey, da 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 da, and then they end up falling out over this, that, and the other, arguing about it, snaking each other, stabbing each other in the back, and then coming back, into friendship. Akademiks is pretty good at saying this is a professional capacity, or stating the benefits of his relationship and explaining the dynamics of those relationships without saying, hey, he's my brother, buddy. Anybody the only people who he really has gone out in that length for is Tekashi. And even though I have my own thoughts and opinions about Tekashi as a person, which are not very favorable, I can say that I respect a person who has at least stayed steadfast in his one relationship off of that person maintaining a good relationship with him, and then them never having, or him having to take massive amounts of criticism from everybody, people all of the time who do nothing for you, mind you. Like, imagine somebody does stuff for you all the time, like y'all cool, y'all tight, has always held you down and stuff like that. And people are telling you that you should forget about that person because they're not cool with them, but those people treat you like garbage regardless. What kind of a fool would you be making that trade-off? So regardless of whether I like Tekashi, I can automatically identify that, but I'm digressing too far off from the topic. I say all this to say that I love that Ak can keep that relationship with people, and that is exactly what he has with Adam22, and I really think it's more so on the side of low-key enemies or rivals than it is, even though Adam sits there and he tries to pretend, because he's so diplomatic, that, we basically have the same fan base. Nobody who doesn't know, or nobody who knows about me doesn't know about Akademiks, and vice versa. So we gain nothing from beefing with each other. Yeah, that's pretending like you're a human who doesn't have any kind of emotions inside of yourself. And that's a cute gimmick that most people will believe when you're very well media trained. But a person who's actually intuitive and can see, past the facade that people try and put themselves out as on camera, that's not going to fly. And you could tell from the minor inflation. And I'm not a person who believes in the pseudoscience of reading body language, or, those body language specialists, the people who, see the microaggressions and things like that. Although there is some truth to that, like most pseudosciences. But it's obvious. DJ Akademiks, on the other hand, is a little bit more realistic than that, because he has his chat N-words that he is beholden to. And fortunately, that keeps him a little bit more real. Not to say that he wasn't that always, because he has been since I've been watching him. But, in a roundabout way, I promise you I'm getting to where I'm going. And that is that Housephone kind of came on and was talking about how he feels like Adam did him dirty in this one. Not that he did it purposefully to try and maliciously, I guess, damage his reputation, but he believes that he did it in order to, I need to see what time it is. Oops. He did it in order to go ahead and, how can I say it? Gain views from it, squeeze the views that you can gain from these kind of a situation. And that is something that is problematic because, I'm sorry, I'm trying to walk around while maintaining focus on the camera. So I'm gonna sit back down and just finish this up. That's a problem because, like I've said I don't know if I ever made a video about it, but I've made a lot of posts on my own social medias about how I feel like No Jumper has turned into this, like, they basically cannibalized themselves or are cannibalizing themselves based off of the different drama and things that are going on in the media and social and personal lives of the hosts of the show at all of their expense, except for certain people. But yeah, I mean, as long as people are willing to adhere to those things, meaning as long as you give them content and are not setting your foot down about these kind of things and they're going to keep doing that, I can't blame them. That is a part of media. But when it's all around your own people, like you're creating some Marvel universe of drama inside of the inside of your, studio, that's kind of crazy. And I don't think it's very sustainable. And when your own employees are talking about it in this fashion with your rivals, whether you want to admit it or not, I just think that signifies something interesting to me personally. So we're going to keep our eyes focused on this. And notice how I've shied very far away from the information that was found out, because I'm not talking about that on YouTube. Come on now. What you think? Listen. Anytime that there's an article that is relevant to protecting children from any type of indoctrination into unhealthy or damaging behaviors that would be against their will, you'll see me talk about that. But you ain't catching me with this one. You can see me, follow me on Twitter, follow me on my social medias if you want to see what I think about this, because you'll on Instagram and stuff like that. But yeah, you're not getting me on here. Have a good day, YouTube.